like we do.
Well, the summer blockbuster season is here, and what better way to cool off with all this heat than to go in and watch a movie. I watched Obsession and Disclosure Day yesterday, and they were both really great movies. So as we take a look forward to this weekend's weather, as we wrap up the weekend, we can expect that heat to carry on over the next few days, even as we start off the work week. But you can see here over Del Mar, Chula Vista, we're dealing with partly cloudy skies this morning. That's quickly going to burn off and pave the way to much clearer conditions by this afternoon. So taking a look out at Dawn Patrol, this is over Carlsbad right now. Just a couple of surfers and even a fisherman out on the water taking advantage of the cooler conditions this morning. So as we take a look at the marine layer, even though we are just going to be dealing with some light patchy fog, that is going to be extending farther inland, especially as we approach the middle of the week. So taking a look ahead to Sunday, it is going to be a foggy start along the coast, but those inland temperatures are going to stay way warmer compared to what we're used to. There is that beach hazard statement still in effect until tomorrow evening, and then there is some relief in sight, especially as we approach the middle or the second half of the week. So right now we have this storm here that's going to be approaching Southern California. That's what's going to be providing us some relief by Wednesday. So again, beach hazard statement in effect until tomorrow evening, with sets going up to about 7 feet. Temperature-wise, though, we are very comfortable right now, anywhere from the 60s along the coast. 57 degrees in Ramona, 69 degrees in Julian, and looking ahead to the afternoon hours, 70s along the coast, 80s in the inland valleys, 82 degrees in Julian. So we're just a couple of degrees cooler compared to yesterday, though we're about 7 degrees warmer compared to what we're used to for this time of year. 87 degrees in Santee, 76 degrees in Lemon Grove. As far as the humidity levels, it continues to be very moist out there, so just keep in mind you're definitely going to be feeling it in the air. 100% again in Fallbrook, 92% in La Jolla currently. So over the next 7 days, we can look ahead to a really nice stretch of sunny conditions, especially as we head into the first half of the week. But hour by hour, you can see here we're only topping out at 73 degrees by later this afternoon. So if your plans take you outdoors, it's going to be a very nice day, especially by the water. And then Monday, 75 degrees, 73 degrees by Thursday. And those clouds are going to start to roll in, especially for the second half of the week as that storm passes north of us, bringing down temperatures to around 72 degrees. So inland, it is going to be slightly warmer here, mid-80s, as we take a look ahead to today all the way into Tuesday. By Wednesday, those temperatures are going to start to cool down as that low pressure system starts to build. 70s by Thursday on. And in the mountain forecast, you can see we're going to be dealing anywhere from the low to mid 80s, 77 degrees by Thursday, heading into Friday. And finally, in the desert forecast, we're going to be dealing with triple-digit temperatures all throughout the week.
Skycam Views, sponsored by Carlsbad Solar.
Lives and dreams, and imagination, and the courage of those who dare to make dreams into reality.
That quote from Jonas Salk is etched into the new park that bears his name. Fitting when you consider what it took to get this built.
How does that kind of speak to the journey of this park?
It is exactly what that means. Overcoming the adversity in this park, day in and day out.
On a tour of the almost finished park, construction superintendent Ron Evans told me getting to this point required changes to almost every aspect of the original plan. Lawsuits, a change in contractors, supply chain problems, and more caused years of delays.
I've been in construction for 40-plus years.
Have you ever had a project with such unique challenges throughout the whole run of construction?
No, this one is very unique.
The design is equally unique and complex. There's a dog park, a playground, an oval lawn for events, a sports field for Salk Elementary, and a sundial, which had to be rebuilt 3 times.
One of the complications we had to have here is our positioning to true north. You got to calculate all those joints and then the positions of all the time zones. So it is very complicated, and we took great pride in building it.
There's also an exercise yard. Evans says this area alone accounted for an extra $500,000 in costs and a year's worth of delays because of issues with copyright protections from the original designer and complications with working around the utilities underground. Even the light poles around the park needed changes to the base and extra bird spikes on the top to keep wildlife away.
We had a 3.5-foot tall owl every morning sitting on one of these lights here.
Now that it's nearly done, Evans calls the park one of the best he's ever worked on. He can't wait for people to use it, especially when he thinks about everything his crew overcame.
It's swimming upstream, and everything's can be working against you, but you keep going. You eat an elephant one bite at a time and just one step at a time. Don't let it overwhelm you.
Once construction wraps up, it'll be up to the city and the Parks and Rec Department to announce an official opening date. That should happen this summer. Jared Aarons, ABC 10 News.
All right, time now is just approaching 6:26, looking live over downtown this morning. So we have patchy morning fogs, clouds, but afternoon sunshine and a little extra humidity in the air. So coming up, I'll break down what to expect if you're heading to the beach or the fair this weekend.
ABC 10 News at 6 starts now, featuring Gabe Salazar.
Welcome back. Well, thousands of people will be heading to Mission Bay this summer to cool off. But a new report from San Diego Coastkeeper is raising some serious questions about water quality in some parts of the bay. And ABC 10 News reporter Olivia Gonzalez-Britt explains.
It's summer, and Mission Bay is a hotspot as temperatures rise and people come to cool off in these waters. The San Diego Coastkeeper's newest report suggests that some areas of the bay may not always be as safe for recreation as they appear. Coastkeeper has been monitoring water quality in Mission Bay since 2023. Their testing process starts with a pair of gloves. Each month, trained volunteers collect water samples from 10 locations across the bay, testing for bacteria, metals, and nutrients.
We're sampling not only along the shore, but also mid-channel sites.
Some of their findings were expected.
After a rain event, you're going to see elevated metals, nutrients, and fecal bacteria in the water throughout the whole bay.
But one trend stood out.
In the warm weather, when there's no rain, sometimes we see elevated metals.
The report found waterways including Rose Creek and Tecolote Creek exceeded recreational safety standards at least half of the time, and even when it hadn't rained. That has researchers asking why.
Makes me think maybe there's some discharge happening that shouldn't be happening.
Coastkeeper says the data can help identify whether there is aging wastewater infrastructure or illicit discharges and guide future solutions.
Knowledge is power. We have this data-backed knowledge now, and so the question is, what are we going to do with that knowledge? What is the city going to do?
Volunteers will continue monitoring the bay throughout the summer, testing the water and reporting when conditions may be unsafe. Before heading into the water, Coastkeeper recommends checking both the county's water quality reports and their online advisory map.
For Mission Bay, we have this amazing new interactive data map that is super user-friendly. You can get on and check out any site you want specifically, not only look at historical data, but our most recent findings, and just stay informed and make that best decision when you want to get in the water and play.
That way, visitors can make an informed decision before diving in. For ABC 10 News, I'm Olivia Gonzalez-Britt.
And those rising temperatures we're already seeing are bringing elevated fire danger to the county. We saw several brush fires spark across the region this week, and firefighters worked quickly to put them out. So CAL FIRE crews are spending their days checking their equipment, and they want to be ready to respond at a moment's notice. So officials say residents also need to use this time to prepare as well.
We'd hope that people take advantage of their time now, not when that emergency is happening, because they might get too flustered and make those mistakes, right? So right now there's no fires going on in the county. If they have the time during this weekend, especially, to just prepare a go bag.
So crews will continue to monitor weather conditions throughout the weekend. And let's see what the weather is looking like for this Sunday.
This 10 News Pinpoint Weather Report is sponsored by Anderson Plumbing, Heating, and Air. Nobody wows clients like we do.
So aside from the warmer than normal temperatures, we're also dealing with high humidity levels and high surf. So that beach hazard statement is still in effect, and that's going to extend all the way to tomorrow evening. So this is still tapering off some of that really strong south swell that we've been seeing over the past couple of days. But things over Coronado looking still pretty cloudy, but don't let that discourage you from heading out there this afternoon, because that's going to be burning off and clearing out pretty quickly, especially as we head into mid-morning into the late morning hours. So currently, though, what you don't see is the high humidity level. So you're definitely going to feel it when you get out there. It is going to feel extra sticky, especially if your plans include going outdoors. So currently over La Jolla, 65 degrees currently with very calm winds. And as we take a look at the hour by hour along the coast, we're topping out at 75 degrees. Again, that's going to allow for some sunshine to peek throughout the early morning or the early afternoon hours, eventually tapering off to 71 degrees by this evening. And closer inland, it is going to be much warmer here, topping out at 85 degrees by right around 3 p.m., eventually 78 degrees while you sleep.
Illegal fireworks set off on the 4th of July last year. The fines from this scene totaling $25,000.
Why am I getting fined when I cannot even stand up and then tell anybody not to do it on the street?
Drones gave Citrus Heights police eyes in the sky, and under an updated ordinance, fines can go to either property owners, landlords, or tenants. In the case of this house on Pompeii, it was the property owner. The hefty fine mailed to his Bay Area home. For the illegal fireworks, the city says were shot off by tenants living at his rental home.
What happens tomorrow if somebody goes and then lights a car on fire on the street? Am I going to be liable for it, or is it whoever is lighting the car on fire?
Keshwan Nand, the property owner, says his first thought when he saw the fine is that he didn't have the $25,000 to pay up front, and so he fought it.
Narrow the scope. They have good intentions with what they're doing. They really do. They're just making it too broad.
Nand won. The fine was dismissed, and he was reimbursed for the administrative fees related to the case.
It's a relief, but the thing is I ended up paying a attorney fee and things like that.
Now, just weeks away from the 4th of July, Nand says he's still worried the same thing could happen again.
4th of July, I am always worried, because there's always fireworks activity. What I'm hoping for that the activity is being monitored and they give the fine on the spot. If not on the spot, then basically look at the drone videos. There's clear picture, identify the person, and then give them the fine.
With the World Cup in North America this year, there is a lot of excitement surrounding the tournament. But the owners and employees of this bar in North Park tell me they have been noticing more soccer fans in San Diego for several years now.
Do you like it? It's good, yeah.
Rodney Stiles was a bit worried when he moved to the U.S. from England about 11 years ago.
Being a soccer fanatic like I am.
Worried that the soccer scene wouldn't be as big as he was used to. But he says what he found was a more diverse fan base.
Every team, every country, the Colombians, the Brazilians, Argentinians, Canadians, USA, Mexicans.
He's the director of football at Bluefoot Bar in North Park, owned by Adam Cook, who also owns Fair Play up the street and hosted watch parties for the Mexico game against South Africa Thursday.
We hit capacity at both locations, and the atmosphere was amazing.
Soccer is the most watched sport worldwide, but in the U.S., sports like football, basketball, and baseball are usually more popular. But both men say in recent years, the soccer fan base in San Diego has grown significantly. The arrival of professional soccer teams like the San Diego FC and San Diego Wave has been a big plus.
And Americans actually are getting it now a little bit more. They're seeing the South Americans, how they celebrate, the Europeans, how they celebrate, the Real Madrid fans, the Barcelona fans, El Clasico games.
And they think the World Cup will only help boost the local fan base.
So I can only see it growing and growing and growing here.
In North Park, Laura Acevedo, ABC 10 News.
A 12-year Marine veteran, Chad Tillman, was no stranger to the concept of service. Friends and family now mourning his death, one of 2 Good Samaritans killed during a crash on the 15.
Is it surprising that he was stopped to help?
No, it's not surprising at all.
Cody William describes the past 2 days as waves of emotions.
It's just hard to believe. It's hard to accept the fact that he's gone.
Early Thursday morning, just after 4 a.m., Chad Tillman, a trucker for an East County sand and gravel company, was on the road for a delivery when he pulled over on the side of the 15 near the 76 to assist after a crash. The CHP says it all began when a Toyota minivan was rear-ended by a Honda CR-V being driven by a 21-year-old man, sending the Honda into the median. We're told Tillman called 911 before getting out of the truck to help the Honda driver. Another Good Samaritan, a woman in a different car, had also pulled over to help. The CHP says both were on the Honda's driver's side when another car,
in the dark, and oncoming car didn't see him,
collided with the CR-V, which struck both Good Samaritans. Both would die at the scene. The 21-year-old driver from the initial collision booked on DUI charges. Tillman's friend and co-worker,
a force of a person, and just for him to be gone, it's just a tremendous void.
Calls the Marine veteran who served as a drill sergeant in the Marines a kind and generous friend who was passionate about his family, his wife and children, along with his job and the San Diego Padres.
So this is one of about 10 shirts that Chad gave me.
Tillman was a diehard fan. Go Padres! Who was not shy about showing his loyalty.
He names his truck Fanny Machado.
A loyal fan and friend whose life was cut short on a dark highway trying to help.
It just gives you a whole new appreciation, I guess, for how fragile life is. He was just being Chad. He was just being who he is, always doing everything he can to help someone out.
Michael Chen, ABC 10 News.
All right, time now is 6:39. If it feels a little more muggy outside, you're not imagining it. Why San Diego is seeing a touch of tropical moisture without the rain, I'll explain coming up in your Super 7-day forecast.
San Diego golfer Phil Mickelson is once again making headlines for the wrong reasons after reportedly being kicked out of his private club, The Farms at Rancho Santa Fe. He's accused of inappropriate contact with a female club employee. I spoke with longtime reporter Todd Leonard, who broke the story for Golf Digest about the dark turn for the 6-time major champion who just 5 years ago was on top of the golf world.
Biggest moment of a legendary career. Phil defeats Father Time.
In 2021, Phil Mickelson made history, capturing the PGA Championship to become the oldest major winner of all time at age 51. In the years since, Mickelson became golf's most divisive figure, teaming with the Saudis to start the now failing Live Golf League.
Live Golf is the blackest mark on Phil professionally in terms of the choices that he made.
But these new allegations of inappropriate contact at the Farms are of a personal nature. Todd Leonard has covered all 3.5 decades of Mickelson's pro career.
I feel like I'm a good read of people, and I've never been able to figure out who Phil is. I know people who dearly love Phil for good reasons, because he's been good to them, he's been good to their kids, he's been always kind to them. There is that Phil. And then there's the other side where I hear really, really not good stories about Phil and treating people in certain ways.
That led Leonard to spend weeks investigating the latest allegations against Mickelson. He says multiple sources confirmed that the Farms Golf Club acted quickly and decisively.
This was very emphatic action they took, between immediately acting on the employee's complaint to literally going out to Phil on the golf course to investigate this, and then ultimately deciding that Phil should not be a member of the club anymore. Phil was gone from the club that day.
A spokesperson for Mickelson told Golf Digest, quote, "Any misunderstanding has been cleared up. Mickelson has not played in a professional golf event since March, citing family health concerns." I'm Ben Higgins, ABC 10 News.
As temperatures rise, so does the concern for fire crews across San Diego County. I spent the day with firefighters who showed us how they prepare for when they get the call.
You've already checked your pass alarm, make sure it works? Yep. So go ahead and shut your bottle off.
Whether it's your first day as a fire trainee or your 5th year as a firefighter.
So first thing I would do is I like to start from top to bottom of my compartments.